Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Van Tyne here with Ted Ings, and we have an incredible panel with us today at the Niello Porsche Sacramento location here with the Niello company. And Ted, this is an exciting panel.
Sarah, you're right. It's not every day that we get them folks together on this panel, but I think Tully has helped bring the industry together. So I want to thank you, my friend, for your duo.
I am so excited. I mean, think about a DMS. Think about major partners and what the critical for a company to be. And for us to have Reynolds and Reynolds, Cox Automotive, and CDK on the same panel shows you the strength of having great partnerships and what they mean to a dealership. We cannot survive without a DMS. Do we love DMSs every day? The answer is no. But the goal is that if we have a strong partnership and they believe in what we do, that's what it's all about. So today, this is all about great partnerships with the DMSs, about what they can do for a dealer to help us succeed and move to the next level. That's what this is all about. And I'm so excited we're all here today.
So let me ask everybody to introduce themselves, starting with CDK. Kim, if you tell us who you are and what you know.
Sure. My name's Kim Saylor. I'm Senior Director of Product Marketing for CDK, specifically for our fixed operations solutions.
All right. Leslie. Scott Chad, Director of Product Consulting for Cox Automotive. I am the voice for dealers back to our product and sales teams.
And I'm Shannon Sakato, Vice President of Customer Success Services for Reynolds.
Well, Neil, Tully, you've set up such an incredible panel with us today at the Niello company. How do you see partnerships shaping the future of our industry, even amongst competitors?
So I think that DMSs have changed a lot and I would say in the last 10 years, they've actually gotten better, where before they were kind of rigid. And now I believe that DMSs are more about how do we help dealerships do better and how do we make those changes we want. And I think that that's where we've seen the greatest improvement of DMSs helping dealers be better. And before, I'm not saying they didn't help us better, but they were kind of rigid. Oh, I don't think we can do it that way or this way. Now they're actually helping us do the different things that we need to do, give us those supports that we need to make sure we can be successful. Two is they're also giving us the data, which is great, because there was always a challenge where it's not your data, it's my data. Now we have the data to do what we need to do so we can help our DMS do better for us. So I am so excited that DMSs have grown a lot and have helped us be successful in our stores.
Kim, I like the word partner that Tully used. Talk to us a little about CDK and some of the things that you're doing to partner.
Sure. Well, first of all, Neil is a great partner. We've been together for decades, so we appreciate that. But the way I look at it, number one, competition is good, right? It raises all of us. We all perform better, we solution better, and it helps everyone. It helps, our companies, and it helps what we provide to the dealerships. But at CDK, of course, we have feel like we have the best in class solutions for everyone, but every dealer's unique. And so because of that, you have unique situations and needs. And so we have over 800 partner applications that integrate into our system. So the biggest network in the industry.
That's amazing. And thank you for all you do for the industry. Skylar, from your perspective, Cox Portable.
Yeah, it's such a wide variety of the implications of how we integrate with each other, right? I think from the service side and how we push that data back into DMSs. Speaking from X time, I think about how that information to really streamline the dealership's processes for advisors, technicians, warranty people. It's all about partnership. And I think that one of the biggest things that I hope to see in the future is we really become to a dealer choice. And allow these dealerships like Niello company to make that decision what's best for them and their software solutions. But we as partners and as vendors, we come closer together to work to make that happen. And so to me, and when I think about the integrations, I think about the platforms and how we work together. It's about pushing data back and forth really to streamline processes for our dealership staff and teams. Amen.
And Shannon, recently I had a chance to come out to Dayton, Ohio and spend some time at Reynolds Rural headquarters. Your team is really working hard on establishing and growing that relationship with a lot of innovation for dealers, if you want to speak to that.
Absolutely. Partnership with Reynolds has been a big initiative over the last several years, and increasing that partnership with our dealerships and our dealers. And there are a lot of ways in which we do that. Partnering. We talked about partnering across different applications and things like that, but also really focusing on the dealer and getting boots on the ground. We've got associates across the country who are focused as our Reynolds performance managers and our utilization partners on getting into the dealerships, bringing proactive topics, talking to them, to each dealer about how they can improve efficiencies, how they can increase gross profit, things like that. So that's one of the ways in which we're partnering with our dealerships. It's really important to us and very effective for the dealers.
Tully, I think overall it's really great for our industry, our retail industry, to see these partners and how they're working together to help improve what happens.
It does, because when you look at a DMS, what do they have? They have all the data. And now the good thing about it is they're sharing that data, right? And telling us how, like if you're a CDK customer or a Reynolds customer, or even a dealer track customer, is they're giving us that data across all of the dealers across the United States. They're helping us, give us benchmarks. They're helping us with best practices. See, when you're in a dealership, you're kind of in this little bubble and you think you're doing everything right. But now when we look at all these 800,000 dealerships out there that they can have all the data with, it helps us manage our store better. Are we doing the right thing? Maybe if you did this, this would happen. Those are the things that only DMSs can do. There's nobody else can do that, Bears. And that's the reason having a great partnership with your DMS is so important.
I want to ask each of you for an example of a successful collaboration that's benefited both your company and the industry as a whole. And Skylar, I want to come to you first on that. I know that you've actually worked with Niello and with Tully on several initiatives, one of many being something we've talked about here quite a bit, the technicians engaging the customer earlier in the process themselves.
Yeah, I think it's, I think about it from a services perspective, and I'll say this is like PMS is like totally said it right. It's about data, right? And I think really honestly, what we've done and things like that to help me, the company, and other CDK dealerships is the write up process. It's be able to allow the advisor to be at the car and write up the car, so they don't have to go back to their DMS or back to their what I would call their pacifier, which is our computer as an advisor. Is really so that we can stay out there and really focus on the customer experience. And we're doing that both with both of these partners, with CDK and Reynolds. And I think it's super important how we streamline and it really allow the dealerships to have that dealer choice. And I'll come back to that dealer choice because as I work with OEMs and so do they, we really want to make sure that we provide the best in-class software solutions and really make the dealerships make that choice who they want to go to. But most important, when I think about it, is these OEMs are also getting on that board of dealer choice too as well. And we're just really, we're breaking down the barriers, the walls for these dealerships that we've had for so many years. And we want to work together, right? We want to improve the customer experience of the dealership. It's not about, okay, let's focus on us. Let's focus on the customer. And that's what we'll do. Amen.
Kim, anything you want to mention? Then in line.
I was just going to say it's really, taking off the blinders and looking, putting the dealer first, the dealer's needs first, talking to our customers, listening to what they want, what they need. And, if it's our product, that's great, but if it's an integration with another product into our DMS, that's great as well.
100%. One of the things, Shannon, that struck us on our visit, I mentioned to Dayton, was the innovation center that he has there. That a lot of folks, when they come in, will be very impressed, whether they're considering something in variable or in fixed operations. It seems that you've got all the bases covered there.
I would agree. One of the things we've mentioned being dealer centric and the importance of the dealer. E-contracting, to answer your original question, e-contracting I think is one that really illustrates partnerships that benefit the consumer, that benefit the dealer with faster funding and cash flow, and that involve the OEMs and banks and so I think that's a really good example that shows that partnership can really benefit the dealer.
And actually, it's a great example of transparency also,
Absolutely.
especially in an area of the dealership that didn't have a lot of transparency many, many years ago in the past.
Right.
Whatever. I want to say that I think a lot of times is that when you look at a DMS and the power that it has for you, is that they have expanded their horizon. They realize the dealer is their customer. And I don't want to start anything negative, but I don't think they thought that 20 years ago. And I think now that we're seeing great relationships with Reynolds and CDK and even Dealer Track and Cox Automotive, is that they realize that the customer's first. And oh, by the way, that's how we feel at the dealership. And it's great to see that we're all in alignment and we're all going after the same thing. It really is repeat referral business. And it's super exciting. And I'm so glad that we're all here today to talk about it.
Sarah, what a great opportunity that everybody here can go at the Niello company and on the spell.
Such a unique opportunity, Ted, and hearing from these incredible people at the Fixed Ops Roundtable is such a treat.
Yeah, and we want to thank all of you for being the certified partners and on our advisory there, Reynolds, CDK, and God Sotomayor, and for all the contributions made to us, sir. Thank you all. So I'm Ted Ings, here with Sarah Ventine. We're at the Niello Company in Sacramento with the best in our industry, and we will be right back.
That was awesome.